Oh, hi, podcast listeners. There's many ways you can listen to the Real Nerds podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes. You can also subscribe on Stitcher Radio. You want to send us a Twitter message? You can do that. It's so easy, at Real Nerds. Like us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. You can visit our website, realnerdspodcast.com, where there'll be a lot of articles for you to not only read, but to listen to our previous shows. Do you like your stories told through pictures? Then you can also follow us at Real Nerds on Instagram. You can also call us, 720-6nerds5. Thanks for listening and enjoy the show.
Camera, action!
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd can...
talk film! I'm sorry.
Take it outside.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot, and a real nerd can follow the plot, and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action! Real nerds!
Cowabunga, real nerds. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Real Nerds podcast. I am Ryan, and I am joined by my hero and a half shell, Brad.
Aw, you're so complimentary this week.
Well, it's because, sometimes just being a dick gets tiring.
You're exhausted
every week we see a new movie or two, and we podcast our experience to the world. This week we did see two movies. We saw Love Hurts and Heart Eyes, a very Valentine's Day themed Real Nerds. Stay tuned. We'll recommend each film, play the trailer, then spoil each film. Now, normally, Brad, I have a segment where I, talk about the big movie news of the week. Some weeks, last week there really wasn't anything, so I just skipped over it. But this week it actually involves news with us.
Neat.
I know, we always look for ways to innovate. This is our 14th year doing this. And our fandom for certain things goes back really far. And when I'm thinking of new things to do, I want us to be engaged. I want it to be fun. Because if we're having fun, then, the people that listen to our podcast have fun. And I slowly started letting it trickle out, and I didn't know that it was going to create this buzz, honestly. Because when we talk about things we love, I forget that we are part of a fandom. And so what I wanted to do was take something that we've kind of talked about before, but maybe do it in a fun way and maybe re-examine stuff we love from our childhood. And I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but not as much as you love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
But still more than you love Spider-Man, of course.
Never, you son of a bitch. So I came up with this idea because, I don't know, it was like 3 or 4 years ago, I was at Walmart and they had the complete Ninja Turtles cartoon set on DVD. And I originally was going to write an article and kind of have you write a counterpoint to my article, like the old Saturday Night Live, bit point counterpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking, as we were thinking of new ideas for our podcast, wouldn't it be fun if you and I watched the episodes and then did a podcast kind of talking about the episodes and deconstructing the episodes, if that's what we're going to do. And not to my surprise, you agreed to this.
Yeah, twist my arm. Yeah, I've always thought we should do some kind of rewatch podcast, and I was surprised that this is the one. I'm down for this.
And two, it really started last week because you were talking about how you wanted to rewatch 24, but you were already through a rewatch.
I'd already rewatched all of it without you. Yeah.
Yeah. So I said, you know what? Let's do Ninja Turtles, because if I go back to, elementary school, Ryan, and think about things I loved, Ninja Turtles was definitely one of them. It was always a cartoon I loved, the theme song. And I think it touches a nerve with a lot of people our age, but it also, I have a 10-year-old boy and he loves the Ninja Turtles. So
Nice.
yeah, so you realize that this property's been around for over 40 years now.
Oh my God.
Or is it 40 years? 85 was the comic, right?
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
Well, 84. So
84. So yeah, so 41 years. And you realize that we have literally grown up with Ninja Turtles. And, I guess me talking about this, I kind of want to get your perspective because I remember loving the cartoon. Is that your first love of the Ninja Turtles?
Oh, for sure. I think I've said it many times before. Like, I only found out about the Ninja Turtles when like my brother got 2 of the action figures for his birthday.
Mm.
And I was like, dude, these are awesome. And like, eventually, like he lost interest, and like I think my mom said like, oh, it's a cartoon of this. And so I watched the cartoon quite a bit through like, when I still lived in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And then like by the time we moved out here, I kind of just like really more focused on buying the toys than watching the show. Because like as a kid, like it's just hard to like stay on a schedule,
Yeah.
And sometimes like the TV stations would like bounce it around. Like it was on Fox at one point, and then it was on NBC.
I always remember the Fox Kids logo.
Yeah. So it's just, we're about to like embark on a 193 episode podcast. And so there's just a lot of, more of the lifespan of the show I didn't sit around for. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
So I've since watched all the episodes because of the, the complete collection on DVD, but like I didn't really watch them, because the later ones, it just gets insane. But like that first season is incredible, like so rewatchable. And it's like, I don't know, 6 episodes, I think.
Yeah, it's really short.
Yeah. But like that's the one that's like everything's based on, is like, those 6 episodes, and then kind of everything after that just kind of goes off the rails.
Because they actually didn't even get their colors until the cartoon, correct?
Right. Yeah. In the comics, they all had red bandanas, and then when they were developing the show and making the toys, they're like, hey, you need a way to tell these characters apart. It's a little easier for kids. So they're like, yeah, let's just make all the bandanas different colors.
And we all have a favorite Ninja Turtle. Mine's Donatello. And I remember I still actually have this toy, is the disguised Donatello.
Yeah.
Where he has a trench coat and the fedora.
Yeah. Actually, the action figure is called Don the Undercover Reporter, I think.
Oh, cool.
But in the show, they all have it, huh?
Yeah, sorry, I was going to say it's more associated now with Raphael.
Right, because of the movie. Yeah.
The movie, yeah.
But yeah, in the cartoon, they all have the same disguise. Like there's the trench coat thing, and then eventually they have the human masks. And then they have the punk outfits at some point for disguises. And all of these have been made into action figures by NECA. So if you really want to get detailed and nerdy about it and have action figures of them, they exist.
Do you still get the action figures?
Oh, yeah. The NECA ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupidly.
Well, no. I mean, and
they're
look who you're
expensive.
talking to.
They are expensive.
Oh, yeah. No, you get to a point, too, where you get older and you go, you know what? I can get the $40 action figures.
I'm an adult. Like, I make the choices now. Yeah. It's just weird to like grow up when, that trench coat when you're talking about was like probably $4, and now the modern ones are like $10, but like you're also looking over at the shelf of the NECA ones being like, well, $40, there's a lot of detail in these. I think it's justified.
Well, I mean, we were poor growing up. I'm sure my Donatello was the one that was in the clearance rack at KB Toys. So,
yeah.
Because I never actually got the original Donatello. I've never owned.
Oh.
And I haven't gotten one for a long time, Ninja Turtle figure, until I got the Donatello one that came with Batgirl for the movie that came out, Ninja Turtles and Batman, 5-6 years ago.
Oh.
So it's definitely something that I'm always interested in, like getting another one.
Yeah, they recently re-released because they did like a vintage re-release of the originals. So at like Walmart and Target for like the past 2 years, maybe 3 years now, I guess. They've had like that classic Donatello, for a totally normal price, because the original one in the box at like a comic book shop is going to run you like $300.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and there's like two different kinds. There's like a plastic head one, and there's a soft head one. They're all plastic, but like there's a hard one and like a soft head one, and I've never had the soft ones.
Yeah, so my fandom, I don't remember. You said they dressed up as punks. I don't remember that at all. It's gonna be really fun for me because I'm gonna go back through and see these episodes pretty much for the first time. I did. When I got the set, I did watch the first 2 seasons again, but it'll still be fun to go back and maybe look at it a little more closely.
Yeah, which we're going to do because, yeah, like our movie reviews are pretty general, but like I kind of want to get like in a focus, like here's this as it goes. And also we've got like a little extra component to our episodes, which is
we're going to be trying a bunch of pizzas that they've had on the show, pizzas with jelly beans and ice cream, and
yeah, and we'll
and
review
I hope
those
I don't
too. We're not going to do like a whole 8 slice deal. We'll just like get a regular pizza and add things to a slice, and then we'll just sample that way because that would be stupid otherwise.
All right. But we're going to be diving into your Ninja Turtle cookbook for that stuff, correct?
Yeah, or whatever we see in the show as it goes along.
Perfect.
So
it should be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So look for those really soon.
It's a bit of a challenge since historically we have a problem putting out episodes, so we're just making it harder by putting more things out.
Yeah, that's all right. We got it.
But
we got it. You've been really good the last couple weeks.
Yeah, we're getting back up there. It's still got to get those interviews out, but yeah, it's getting back. Yeah,
but I think our life has settled down a little bit. That we're getting there.
Yeah.
So look for the Teenage Mutant. What did you name it?
Just like real nerdles.
Real nerdles.
Yeah.
That'll be dropping very soon. It'll be fun. I can't wait. So we have 2 movies this week, Brad. The first movie we watched was Love Hurts. Do you recommend Love Hurts?
No, I don't. And that's tough to say because and first of all, like there's like at some point I wanted to just leave. I was like, I think I could just actually leave a movie for once. But I was like, no, that's not our mission statement. I should enjoy this whole thing. But yeah, I think like Ke Quan is great in it, but I think the script is just awful. The action's amazing. Probably the best part of the movie for me, but story wise and like characters wise and dialogue, I was just completely checked out. Like I was not into it.
I actually thought it was pretty fun. Yeah, I think Ke Quan is really great in it. And I think it's fun seeing him in an action role like that because that dude can still fight and still move.
Yeah.
After he kind of went away from acting, but a lot of people don't know he was a stunt coordinator and a stunt guy for a while. So, and you can see this in this movie, and it's also made by 87 North, who did The Fall Guy, and it's basically run by stuntmen. Because who's the director of Fall Guy? I can't remember his name.
Yep.
But he also did Deadpool and stuff.
And John Wick and stuff.
Yeah, John Wick. Whatever. Leach?
Yeah, David Leitch.
There we go. So he didn't direct this, but it has that kind of vibe to it. The story's a little, but I still had fun with it. If you want to have, 83 minutes of fun, you could do worse. Here's a trailer for Love Hurts.
Hello.
Good morning, Marvin.
Every day is an opportunity to change your life. Good morning. Do you think I just woke up one day as a top-selling realtor?
You won the Regional Realtor of the Year award. Congratulations.
No, I had to work for it and stop becoming who I wanted to be.
Aww.
Hiding ain't living. Not feeling great all of a sudden.
We've been looking for you.
Marvin Gable.
I thought a has-been killer like yourself would be scarier.
Who are you?
We work with your brother. He brought us in to find you. After you let Rose go.
Where's the girl? Where's the money?
Tell my brother to back off.
This little 4-foot nothing ass spider monkey ninja got hopped. Ow, what the?
Rose?
Hey, Marv.
When you stole from my brother, I got you out. Why did you come back?
We're hiding, and hiding ain't living. If we're gonna stop your brother, I'm gonna need the old you, not the realtor.
I told myself that I would never hurt anyone again.
Hey, are you all right?
I'm in the middle of a high-intensity yoga. Can you give me a minute? I'm so sorry.
My brother said he wanted out, but he double-crossed me. Find them.
Now! Swiss cheese, they shit.
Don't worry, I've got guys who can patch all this up like new.
Now let's finish this together.
You want the old me? You got him.
It's about damn time.
Sorry, brother. Love hurts.
As we talked about, Ke Huy Quan plays this guy named Marvin, who is a realtor, and he's a really good realtor, and he's trying to sell homes. But he has a past, which, you know, is kind of spoiled again in the trailers. And a woman named Rose comes back and is basically back in his life. And the reason she's in there is Marvin's brother, who goes by the nickname Knuckles, is basically the mob boss, and Marvin was his enforcer. He had to kill her because she had all these secrets about the money they were stealing. He didn't. He let her go, and now that she's coming back, she's going to expose everybody. And yeah, that's the basic premise. And then he fights a bunch of people. This movie was a lot more gory than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, at some point I was thinking, oh, wait, this is rated R? Like, why does this movie need to be rated R? Like, I feel like this movie would be better served as a PG-13 between the swearing and the gore.
Yeah, they definitely say fuck a lot in it.
Yeah. And then Sean Astin gets stabbed in the eye with, like, the straw, which I didn't know Boba straw was that dangerous.
Dude, they're sharp as fuck. But, you know, Sean Astin, he's really good in the film, too. I didn't know he was in it because I don't think he was mentioned at the beginning of the credits, and they kind of kept him hidden. And it was a fun little kind of Goonies reunion. But yeah, you know, I think, and I feel like there is maybe more movie than the movie that was shown. Because 83 minutes is really short for a movie. And it feels like maybe they cut a lot of character stuff to get to the action.
Yeah. There's that one part where, what's her name? She like escapes and like heads over to her, his brother's compound or whatever.
Yeah.
But she leaves like 30 minutes ago, and then eventually Marvin leaves the house and tries to chase her down, and he arrives like 2 minutes after she does.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, wow, he must have like been going 100 miles an hour or something to make up that time.
The Ferrari from the property brother guy.
Yeah, but it's still like a long amount of time to like play catch up. So I was like, I feel like there was something else that like separated these two scenes.
Yeah, I agree. But I still had fun, and you know, Ke Huy Quan, he has this charm about him that no matter what he does, you kind of root for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he has it again in this movie.
Yeah, like I love how seriously he's taking this movie. Like he's really dialed into an emotional level. But yeah, he's not like everyone else in the movie that has that like this heightened comedic level to everything. If that makes sense.
Yeah, because Marshawn Lynch and his like running mate, I don't even know who it is.
Sidekick, I guess.
Yeah, they have weird conversations about, he's having problems with his wife, and then they have this weird cut where he beats up a dude for a teddy bear, and then they get a call, and then he has to go. I think there's a lot more to this movie that I don't know if we'll ever see, because I don't know if it did really well this week.
I don't think so.
But I hope that. But I did read that it only costs $15 million to make, so maybe in some way they'll still release a director's cut or something to recoup some of, the loss.
It probably just drags so much. Like I said, I think the script for this sucks, and there's probably not good stuff that's missing from it. So they probably just like, look, we need to cut our losses and just cut out like all this extra story stuff and just like make it this quick action movie and get everyone home.
Yeah, the one story, I actually didn't have a problem with a lot of the story, but the one with the Raven and Marvin's assistant just seemed really forced to me, and just not natural at all. This lady loves this guy after he tries to kill people, and she's only been with him for a couple hours. I don't know.
Yeah.
But his fight scene with Marvin was awesome in the office.
Yeah, like both that and then when they fight him at his house, like I was just thinking the whole time, like, man, this is like vintage Jackie Chan.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like it's so creative and so, like, yeah, like the camera goes in the microwave at one point and like the door blows off. It's like, yeah, just really creative stuff.
Yeah, so
like,
as an action movie, it's cool. I think you're right. The script suffers, but I think the charm of Ke Huy Quan elevates it, and it helps me enjoy it. Obviously, I enjoy it more than you did.
Yeah.
But I don't disagree. And it's funny, in your review on Letterboxd, you mentioned the boom mic in the dryer.
Machine? Yeah.
I totally saw it too, and I go, oh, man. I hardly ever catch mistakes like that first go around in movies. The big one I always remember is in The Dark Knight, when the Joker gets on the school bus and walks away. There is a crew guy who signals for the bus to go in the back of the bus.
Yep.
And I picked that up the first time I watched it, and I go, fuck. Like if I was Christopher Nolan before the 4Ks came out, I was like, hey, can we scrub that guy out of there? But yeah, I did notice that too.
Yeah, I was like looking, I was like, oh, it was probably just a thing in the back. But I was like, no, I'm pretty sure that was a boom mic.
No, I thought the same thing. I thought maybe it was a reflection, but it moves from character to character.
Yeah, and it's not like in the future angles of the scene. Yeah, so it's just like that one take.
Yep, sometimes it gets by. What are you going to do?
Yeah, but yeah, it's just like so disappointing because like the acting's good and the action's amazing. It's just like just bogged down by the script that just doesn't mean, and like you'd think that like this movie would be more about like different relationships, almost like a Love Actually, but like action, I guess.
Yeah.
So like the whole thing with him and his brother, I never feel like because like his brother has it in for Sean Astin's character, who's kind of like the surrogate brother or father figure, and so like he kills him, but like I never got from the rest of the movie that his brother was really interested in like reconciling with him or something.
Yeah,
it's all just about like, oh, they stole from me, I just want this stuff back.
Yeah,
but like the movie should be about that, like this strained relationship.
Yeah, agreed. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I've been saying that a lot these last couple weeks, but it's cool. Yeah, I still liked it, and if they put out an extended cut 4K, I might get it the first week it comes out. If they don't, I'll wait till it's $10 and I'll get it again. So the second movie we saw this week is also a Valentine's Day movie. So the first one I forgot to say, it does revolve around Valentine's Day. So does this one. It is called Heart Eyes. Brad, did you recommend Heart Eyes?
I enjoyed this a little better than Love Hurts, but it never like fully materialized for me. Like, I think the biggest thing I was wanting more kills out of it. Like it starts with a bang and then just like it drags until like the next thing. And I appreciate the satire of it, but yeah, I enjoyed it, but I didn't love it.
Yeah, I had fun with this movie too. I think it is a better movie than Love Hurts. You touched on it. The satire is really fun. It has it's like an M&M. The outer candy is a slasher film, and on the inside it is a romantic comedy.
Yep,
which is kind of fun.
Well, a satire of romantic comedies, I guess.
Yeah, and so yeah, the kills are really cool in it. The actors are having fun. I think it's kind of a creative movie. I think the villain looks really cool in it, and how they explain, why his eyes are red is really cool. Here's a trailer for Heart Eyes.
You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. You're just too good to be true.
For the past 2 years, a masked maniac known as the Heart Eyes Killer has stalked,
hunted,
and brutally slain couples on Valentine's Day.
With no motive yet uncovered.
This is more than just murder. He's like Cupid with a kink.
We're being chased by a fucking serial killer.
Hey, you good?
Yeah. He's gonna keep killing people. We end it here.
Hey, come on.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy V-Day!
Get killed, all right?
What was...
Why would he say that?
Heart Eyes is about a masked maniac killer who goes around killing couples because he doesn't like love or something.
A new city each year.
Yes, and around, but he doesn't stay in, where he's originally. He's basically going all over the country, creating this panic about, lovers and stuff. And I mean, the opening's awesome. It's like this. It looked like an influencer kind of wedding proposal.
Yep.
And then Heart Eyes shows up and just starts killing everybody. And this movie's super gory too, like really gory in a really cool way. And then eventually it goes, we meet Allie, who is a woman who is part of an ad campaign for a jewelry store or jewelry company, whatever it is. I don't know. Did you ever figure out, is it a jewelry company or is it?
I think so.
A fragrance? I don't know.
I think it's for like a Zales or something.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way of saying it. And her campaign was about the tragic and people dying in romantic ways. And her deals with Titanic and Bonnie and Clyde and Romeo and Juliet. And because of Hard Eyes, it's in bad taste. So they bring in a guy named Jay, and he's all handsome and cute and charming. And so they have this chemistry. And while they're doing that, then Hard Eyes shows up and starts killing people.
Yeah, and they're not a couple, so they're confused why Hard Eyes is after them.
Yeah, because he usually just targets couples. Yeah. But this movie had really cool moments. The part where Hard Eyes is killing people at the drive-in reminded me of Freddy versus Jason in the cornfield.
Yeah.
The rave scene, some dude just walking around and butchering people. I actually, the only thing is, I don't know if it's because I've seen movies so many times, but I kind of, spoilers, I mean, we played the trailer, right? I knew that the IT guy was Hard Eyes just because he had a weird interaction with the main actress.
Yeah.
Like, you just meet somebody and say, I'm going to take my shot. And you go, what?
Or it feels like you're devoting a lot of time to introducing this character.
Yeah.
For like a not that big a deal situation. But also like when Jordana Brewster disappears from the movie, I'm just like, oh, yeah, that's her.
Exactly. Because they never, when Devon Sawa's character is being chased by Hard Eyes, you never see her again. And you're like, wait, what happened to her?
Yeah.
But it's fun. Like, I thought the movie was really fun. I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, all the times I like made fun of like romantic comedies in it, I thought was just like, oh, that's clever, that's fun. Like, and there's just like one part, like there's often like little background dialogue going on where like people are like yelling at them or something.
Yeah,
I can't remember specific instances, but it's just really funny.
It's definitely a movie you need to watch more than once. Not so much for the mystery of the killer, because I mean, just like you, I kind of picked it up really quickly. But yeah, you're right. The little dialogue and exchanges they have.
Oh yeah, like when Jay gets mistaken as the killer and they drive him off the police car, like he has a bunch of ramblings that like trail off in the distance. They're really funny. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's and her like ex-boyfriend and his new girlfriend, how they're all over Instagram is funny.
Yeah, and then the meet cute that she and Jay have like at the beginning of the movie is like just kind of making fun of those, because you think they're going to hit it off, and then like it just goes haywire, mostly because of her.
Yeah, and it is kind of cool seeing a character, the Allie girl. She doesn't want anything really romantic, and she's kind of a bitch. It's fun. It's definitely a movie you need to see more than once, for the character beats. And the kills are cool. Like Jordana Brewster's character, I thought was really cool death.
Yeah, like her getting her head lopped off, because they give like a prelude to it with the whole St. Valentine's story, and then it actually ends up happening to her.
And I always love the over the top. The body's sitting there with the severed head, and the tube is spurting blood up, and it's so unrealistic way. But I love shit like that.
Yeah, and then also the girl who gets trapped in like the grape squeezer.
Yeah.
That was cool. And then even like Jordana Brewster's boyfriend like just gets like shot and then like burned, like wax falling on him and stuff. That was good. Yeah,
and I tease a little bit that the Hard Eyes light up because it's night vision.
Yeah.
To help him see. I thought it was really cool.
It was frustrating to watch, like, before you know that it's like three different people. Like, like sometimes Hard Eyes is like super efficient at killing, and other times it's like he or she is like a bumbling idiot.
Yeah, it did have a Scream vibe to me, and then I thought the end was very 90s slasher, where reminded me a lot of Scream 2. I don't know last time you saw Scream 2, but where the villains kept talking and revealing their plan when they could have easily just killed the people.
Oh yeah.
It's very that had a very Scream 2 vibe to me.
Yeah, going through all the trouble, like drag her to this one location, and then James Bond style reveal the whole plot.
You know, you do say the satire. I do really love too. I laughed out loud when she went to the airport to look for Jay, and she just starts calling out his name randomly.
Yeah, and like mistakes that one guy. Yeah,
yeah, because it's such a trope in romantic comedies. I mean, who would go to the outside of an airport and just start screaming somebody's name? You know,
yeah.
And it's little things like that make the movie really fun.
Yeah, at that point I was like, oh, that's fun. Of course this movie's going to end like chasing them to the terminal. But yeah, they like flip it around and they send her elsewhere when she like mistakes that guy. Yeah.
And my boy Cary Grant shows up in the movie, you know, just.
Yeah, really worked out for you this week.
Yeah. That film is His Girl Friday, which is a brilliant film if you've never seen it.
I haven't. Also, yeah, it definitely feels like there's a Hard Eyes 2 on the way, and it'll probably be like gnarlier than this one.
Yeah, because it lends itself to there's, you know, a copycat killer. And I do like that it wasn't Jay. I think making it the boyfriend is such an easy out.
Yeah, that definitely would have been Scream.
Yeah, so I'm glad that he's just a good guy. Or is he? I mean, he was in the other places where Hard Eyes was at. Maybe he inspired them to kill people.
You're going to find out in the second one that he has a twin brother.
But wait, there's more. So yeah, I think you should see it. It's a fun movie. Good stuff. We watch stuff throughout the week that isn't our film of the weeks in a segment I call What We've Been Watching.
So, yeah, this is the stuff we've been watching.
Brad, what'd you watch this week?
Stuff that's in theaters. Something just came out called Bring Them Down. It's about, are they Scottish or Irish? Hang on a second. So Christopher Abbott recently from Wolfman and Kraven the Hunter is, I don't know where it is. It's either Ireland or Scotland. I think it's Scotland. But he is a sheep farmer, I guess. And Barry Keoghan.
Oh, that's definitely Irish.
Yeah. He has a neighboring sheep farm, but
you dirty sheep fucker.
Yeah. He says like, hey, 2 of your sheep died. That sucks. I found them. And then Chris Rabbit's like, oh, can I see the body? He's like, no, I threw them away already. They've been turned into slurry. He's like, oh, okay, thanks. And then he goes to like the sheep market, and so he's like, wait a minute, 2 of these sheep are marked as like have my markings on them. And Barry Keoghan's dad is like, fuck off, these are my sheep. And then tries to run Chris Rabbit down the road. And they get in an accident themselves. And yeah, so like it starts this war between the 2 families. And then there's like these rumors of these people like on the countryside like cutting the legs off the sheep and like leaving them alive to bleed out. And so when he's like trying to get the rest of his sheep back from the hills or whatever, he encounters like the people doing it and tries to chase them down. And then he vows revenge, and he thinks it's probably the rival family, but like surprise, the movie switches over to Barry Keoghan's story, and you find out like what was actually going on the whole time, and why like there might be like a misconception about what's going on. And it's pretty brutal. Like, like the sheep mutilations part, like a friend was with us and she had to leave the theater. It was so like disturbing for her. But yeah, it's just kind of like this, I don't like a comedy of errors, but for drama, I guess. Yeah, like, he's also got, Barry Keoghan's mom is, this woman, he dated back in the day before like there was this horrible car accident that killed his mom. And so that kind of fuels the rivalry. And also like Barry Keoghan's dad is like going to lose his farm and whatnot. But anyway, it's a depressing drama movie.
Oh, sounds great.
Pretty intense, yeah. And then hang on, come on, go back. I also watched Lars and the Real Girl.
Yeah, that's an older one.
You ever seen that one?
No, it's Ryan Gosling though, right?
Yeah, Ryan Gosling. He's kind of this shut-in, and his family's trying to get him to like engage with the world. And there's a girl at work who's into him, but he's just kind of like checked out. And then he finds out about real dolls and orders one, and then starts to pretend she's real, much to the town's confusion. But they all kind of go along with it and treat her the way he does, and everyone kind of like buys into the illusion. And then you kind of find out as it goes along what like Lars's real psychological issues are. And it's actually like a really sweet movie. And I was like pretty impressed by it. Just how, I don't know, just how really nice everything is, except for like no one really tries to like very quickly destroy the illusion for him. Like just how sweet everyone is about like supporting his delusion, is just like really nice and stuff. So yeah. And then I also watched, the SNL season 50 is coming up this weekend, I guess, but they've got this documentary also about like different aspects of SNL through the years. And so it's, there's this docuseries that has only 4 episodes right now, but the first one is kind of like the casting, how casting is done. So they have all these all the auditions, not all for every cast member, but like ones I've never seen before. That are really, really interesting. And then like the second episode is all about the cowbell sketch. So it's like like an hour dissecting like how it came to be and everything, which is really amazing. Third episode is like how writing is done. I haven't watched that one yet. And then the fourth one, which I just watched and I forgot exactly what it was. Oh, it's about the Weird season with Robert Downey Jr. in it.
Oh yeah.
So it's like an hour and a half about just like that single year where Lauren comes back, and the reboot fails, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, but it leads to like, the best, the second generation of SNL out of that. So yeah, highly recommended that they're going to like into this much detail on things.
Is this on, what's it? I guess it's on Peacock probably.
It's on Peacock. Yeah.
Oh.
But it might be elsewhere. At this, like I see different studios things on other platforms now. So
yeah, hopefully it's popular enough. It might be.
Yeah, but yeah, it's really good. Really, every episode's like an hour and a half long. So
nice,
and it's not done. So I'm excited to see what else they got going. So that's all I watched. What'd you watch, Ryan?
So I've been watching Vinegar Syndrome stuff because the Vinegar Syndrome Denver's been doing pop-up shops, and I get like one movie or something, and then I literally get them based on the box art, which I know is how you should totally get a movie. But it's been pretty fun because I don't even read the synopsis on the back. I literally just watch them totally blind. And so this week I watched Hard Rock Zombies, which is this hodgepodge of ideas that I don't know if any of them are really successful, but for some reason the movie is entertaining, but not because it's good, if that makes any sense at all. And it opens with this woman hitchhiking on the side of the road. These 2 dudes pick her up. They go to a pond, of course, because they got a skinny dip. It's the 80s. What else do you do at a pond? And so she takes the first dude in there and she drowns him. And as he's drowning, blood pops up from underneath, like Jaws. And I don't know why blood pops up. The only thing I can think of is her vagina eats them. I don't know. So she kills them. And while she's killing them, there's these 2 little people. One dude has some sort of mask on. The other one is a butler and a guy who's filming it. And that's it for the opening. It's really bizarre. The Hard Rock Zombie thing comes from, it's this group of heavy metal rock and rollers. And they go to this small California town. And they are not welcome there, Brad, because you know what rock and roll brings? Sex, drugs,
the devil.
So they have this gig where they're supposed to play at this festival, and they open up at this mansion where this old dude who's banging his old lady has them play. And literally there's a part where he's banging this lady, and she says, "Oh, for 95 years old, you still have so much stamina." And then the two little people come in, and he says, "It's okay that you watch." It's really weird. And then the band is killed by these people, and they're buried, and they're all sad. And somehow magically they come back alive. So that's where the zombies come from. Hey, did I mention the old 95-year-old guy takes off his mask and he's Adolf Hitler?
What?
Yeah. I remember what happened. I go, wait, what the fuck? So he's some Nazi. Obviously, he's Hitler, and he's trying to get the Nazis to overtake this town. And he takes the roadie or the manager of the band, because the guy thinks the band is dead, even though they've come back as zombies. And he takes them into a gas chamber where he's going to kill people. It's bizarre. I will say that the dude who plays Hitler plays him pretty well. He definitely has a manner.
I know my Hitlers, and this dude is Hitler.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Hitlers in film, and I mean, it's a toss-up between him and Taika Waititi. I don't know which one is better. But he definitely has the mannerisms down. I go, man, this guy definitely watched some newsreel footage of Adolf Hitler. Yeah, it's really weird. There is one song called Cassie that's pretty catchy in it. It almost feels like they filmed MTV music videos, and then they put all this weird Nazi zombie werewolf stuff in between. And the special features are great. They have 4 or 5 interviews, and each interview is about 30 minutes long, and one's with an editor and the other's with a couple actors. So it's pretty cool to watch, and how this movie is kind of lived on. And I'm always interested. On my Letterboxd account, I saw that Henry saw it, and he gave it one more star than I did. So it's really weird. I had no idea that it dealt with Hitler. But sometimes you're pleasantly surprised when you watch stuff, you know? And just a couple other things. I've been watching the new Spider-Man cartoon called Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, where it was originally called Spider-Man Freshman Year, and it was the early crime fighting of Spidey in the MCU, and then they kind of pivoted and they changed it to Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. And it still deals with some of the MCU stuff. The Sokovia Accords are mentioned. But it's definitely a ground level Spider-Man show, and it's really good. Coleman Domingo plays Norman Osborn, and he's great. He always has like a really soothing voice, you know? So he, in this one, he kind of takes the role of Tony Stark from the MCU. He brings Spider-Man into the fold and helps them develop new costumes and new technology, which is really cool as a Spider-Man fan. They bring this, and Spider-Man in the late 90s had a series called Identity Crisis, and he was like the Hornet and Dusk. And so those are all the costumes that he's trying out with Norman Osborn, and it's pretty fun. I hope the other shoe drops with Norman and he, becomes the Green Goblin. He always wears a suit and it's green and purple, so it's kind of a cool little nod to who he is. So you should check it out. It's on Disney Plus. I think they just dropped 3 new episodes today, so it'll be up to 8 episodes, and I think there's 10 in the first season. And the animation's really cool. It's a mixture of Steve Ditko and John Romita. So it has kind of a 60s vibe to it. and it's really colorful and really well done. And the last thing I watched is, and I've been watching for a few weeks, is Harley Quinn season 5 came out.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good. Have you been watching it?
I watched I think the first 2 episodes, then forgot that it was out. So, cause they release them weekly. So yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of weird how they roll them out. And so it takes place in Metropolis, and, it's, cool because, the episode before this one dealt with, or maybe it's 2 episodes. Yeah. Dealt with, Ivy and her toxic relationship with, a guy named Jason, who becomes the Floronic Man, and how he's manipulative and turns Poison Ivy into Poison Ivy. And it's kind of tragic, but really cool how she gets her revenge. Her revenge isn't tragic. She fucking kills him, and it's awesome. But this last episode dealt with Brainiac, and 2/3 of the episode is him with his family on this planet and his mission to, he starts as just this normal guy. You should watch it. It's really good. And then it kind of ends with Harley and Ivy meeting Brainiac, but it's kind of, he has a tragic story, which I don't know enough about Brainiac from the comics to know how accurate it is or isn't. But it has the Harley Quinn kind of skew to it, where there's this really funny underlying kind of dirty humor involved. And I think Harley Quinn's a brilliant fucking show. I really do. Yeah, so you should definitely check him out. Spider-Man, if you're a big Spider-Man fan. And then Harley Quinn continues to be one of my favorite shows on TV.
Is that the last season, or are they still going?
I don't know, because I think there's been a 2-year gap since the last season.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, they did Kite Man in between. So maybe that's why there is a gap in the season.
Yeah.
I don't know. They never really have said.
It just feels like all these anime shows, they only go to 5 seasons now. So I'm just like, oh no, I don't want it to end.
I know. And what bums me out is season 4 was supposed to come out on Blu-ray and they canceled it.
Ugh.
I know. So I have seasons 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the only thing is if they release a complete series, then I'll be cool. But if they don't, I'll be really bummed.
That's what happened to Lower Decks. I'm so glad I held out for the complete series set. So,
yeah. So I mean, even if it ends at season 5, I think it'll end up being almost 60 episodes, which is cool. Because I never knew that Harley Quinn was going to last that long. Because I've always loved her, and I mean, the show is brilliant, and it definitely does its own thing. And it has, a healthy relationship between her and Ivy, which I really like. Because she's branching out, not just being Joker's abused girlfriend. And they also did an origin story of Batman that I thought was fucking brilliant. The one where she goes inside his consciousness and discovers why he's tormented so much, I thought was so great.
Mm-hmm.
And Clayface is great in it. And he finally made an appearance. I think it's episode 3 or 4. And it's kind of funny because, I always think of Clayface from the animated series where he's this monster and just not a good guy. And here he's just, a wannabe actor. So it's good. Yeah.
He's kind of like the thespian from SNL, John Lovitz's.
He really is.
Yeah.
Acting.
Yeah.
That's probably what, the inspiration, Alan Tudyk's inspiration for it is. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Actually, I was telling you about that SNL documentary. The Weird Season has the episode where John Lithgow and John Lovitz do Master Thespian for the first time. And it's actually from John Lithgow.
Really?
Doing the acting.
Now that you hear it, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
But it's always associated with John Lovitz.
Right, because he got to do all the character for more skits than, Lithgow did. So, but yeah.
Huh. Yeah, that's what I watched this week. Cartoons and horror, trashy movie.
Cool.
Next week, we return to the MCU with Captain America and A Brave New World.
Finally.
I'm looking forward to that. Should be fun.
Have we not had a Marvel since Deadpool and Wolverine?
Yeah.
Well, except for Kraven. But
well, that's not real Marvel.
Count, yeah.
Yeah. We also had Venom since then, too, and I don't count that either.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, but it's been a while.
Yeah, and it's be fun. I read an interview with Harrison Ford, and he took the part without reading the script. He says, because it's okay to have fun making movies. I go, you know what? I respect that, Harrison. Good for him.
So they're finally releasing like other trailers for it, and I stumbled onto like I guess Ross sells like, hey, we discovered adamantium. I'm just like, wasn't adamantium already a thing in the MCU?
No, it's vibranium is right. Captain America's shield.
I know that's from Wakanda and everything, but I thought they also when they were talking about vibranium, I think someone said like it's also like 5 times stronger than adamantium or something.
Oh, maybe. I don't. Oh, maybe they did in Captain America: First Avenger.
Yeah.
No, it gives me a reason to watch Captain America again. I'm totally down for that.
Yeah, let me know if you find it. But yeah, I was just like, it's a weird reveal considering I thought we already knew about adamantium, but okay.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. Until next week, we'll see you at the movies, and we'll see you in the sewers.
Well, a real nerd knows who shot at a real nerd can follow the plot and a real nerd will give it all they got. Lights, camera, action. Real nerds.
Thanks for listening to Real Nerds Podcast, a Nebulous Visions production. Stream or download episodes, read articles at realnerdspodcast.com. Stream us on Apple or Google Podcast, Stitcher, Spotify, or iHeartRadio. Follow us on Facebook, Real Nerds Podcast. Twitter and Instagram, @Real Nerds. Watch us on YouTube, Real Nerds Podcast. Email us at realnerds@gmail.com. Call us at 720-6nerds5. Thank you to Sparks Mandrill, Mike at Plan 9 Studios, and Bolognium for all of our groovy theme songs. And that's how you fucking do it!